James Starling here for the DJam YouTube channel after another SIL, this time Senior Division matchup. If you haven't seen the matchday highlights, make sure you click the link in the description below before we spoil the result. Right guys, take two. Let's see if we can get this done this time. Boys, superb win, first of all, start with 2-0. First half, fantastic. Second half, bit 50-50 in terms of the actual gameplay, but for yourself, Liam, start with you. How did you see the first half, especially?
Yeah, I thought first half we were decent, very good. Like you say, we demand high standards of our players. You know, the way that me and Benny set up to play, our philosophy on the game. We try to embed that into the players, and so far this season, it's been very good, especially first half as well. I thought we pressed well. And I especially, you know, our possession was decent. Our build-up play was very good. So all in all, first half, I thought, you know, we were very, very good. Yeah, definitely.
You guys must have set out some instructions from the get-go, because that first 25 minutes was arguably for me some of the best football I've seen at SIL level. The pressing, the passing, your two centre-halves seem to split very well. Is that something you've been working on throughout the course of the season, or is this something that's been there for quite some time now?
Yeah, 100%. It's very important for us to make sure we're playing from the back at all opportunities. I think in previous games there has been a comfort of having a lot of the ball, and we've kind of relied on that to get us through games. But this week I think it was really important for us to get that early goal, because we've felt the pressure in games where, although we've had a lot of the ball, we've left it late scoring goals, and that's caused a lot of pressure on us. So yeah, it was imperative that we started the game with a high tempo, look for the early goal if possible. So we're delighted when that came.
Especially that second goal coming straight from a corner. That was. Does he work on that?
Well, we had me and Sam had a conversation before we took the corner, because obviously we put instructions on on the board in the changing room, and we had someone down who was supposed to be taking the corners, Tom Jackson, and he said to me, actually, did they read the board? Because we've had Thomas Jackson on, and I said, well, you know, Clarkie's been fantastic in his delivery, and then turn around and he just goes and puts one in the net. So that was quite funny, that's quite comical. But no, I mean, like you say, you know, the overall game, I thought we were brilliant. You know, we demand that we start on the front foot all the time, on the front foot, high press, keep the ball well, possession based all the time. That's our philosophy. So, you know, on that account, I thought we were brilliant today.
And second half, I mean, what were your instructions kind of at half time? Was it just more of the same at that point, or because it kind of tailed off towards the end of that first half a little bit? It
did. I think it was natural. I think we felt comfortable with our lead. We've got that impression. We shouldn't be. We do demand, obviously, that the best and out of the players at all times. But there was definitely a natural sort of coasting to the game. Unfortunately, really, but we should really be taking advantage on games like this, where we are seeing a lot of the ball and creating a lot of chances. There was a bit of a slacking off, so yeah.
Would you say then the second half, you know, from your point, was just that final ball? That was really what was the big factor?
Yeah, there seemed to be a bit of a deliberation on the ball. We first half demanded that high tempo. We did expect that to continue the second half, and it was requested at half time with our instructions. But unfortunately, there just seemed to be a little bit of too much time, too much space. But that's the opportunity for us to really put the teams to the sword. So it's quite a shame that we missed out on those opportunities.
Yeah, definitely. And in terms of moving forward now, you've had from a league perspective, very good start to the season. You were fourth before today, and you've now won again. I know a lot of teams say taking it game by game, but have you got an expectation of the club kind of set anything for you guys, or is it just a case of one game at a time, make sure the philosophy's good, and then we'll see where we're kind of all at? Yeah,
game by game, that's what me and Benny always look at, game by game. Set the team up before every game to get the perfection out of the way we want to play. You know, we're very critical, me and Benny, of the players, but this is, you know, it's just the way we are. You know, we have got quality in the team, and we demand high standards. So, having said that, we want to sort of go on all fronts of winning. You know, in every competition, we want to compete. You know, to the highest that we can, whether it's the league, whether it's cups. You know, we set out to win every single game. and that won't change. So yeah.
And you mentioned to me kind of off camera that this is the first season that you guys have been here. How have you found the club overall? Because my impressions have been absolutely fantastic. Everyone's here seems so welcoming. It just seems like there's a lot of emphasis on everyone having their own kind of roles at a top level, and it just seems to work. Everything seems to be really good here. How have you found the opening start of the season anyway?
Yeah, really good. We were originally players. We both joined the club at the same time a couple of seasons ago, and won it in our first year as players. Last year didn't get as much game time due to injuries and just old age, I think. But Liam's always had a keen passion for coaching, and he pursued that last season behind the scenes, and was taken on bits and pieces. And we've played together over the past 10 years on and off a few times. We've always had a good understanding of the game and seemed to follow the same principles. And we joked about it. We had conversations that if we ever did get into management, we'd do it together. So as the old management sort of moved away from taking on the job, they did come to us and knew that we were in a position, and Liam was obviously very vocal about his passion to take it on. Yeah. So when Liam came over to me and gave me that, asked me whether or not I'm ready for it, I was a little bit sceptical myself, but I didn't know if it was soon enough. But yeah, we sort of just jumped straight in, and it's been quite enjoyable. I mean, the chairman here is brilliant. The committee is brilliant. The ultras who follow us everywhere are unbelievable, really. So yeah, it's just a really good community spirit and feel to the club.
Yeah, you must be happy with that as well, because from a supporter's point of view, there are a lot of supporters, especially for this level of football. There are. I mean, I haven't seen it so far. That must be something that really gives your players a bit of an oomph as well, that there are people that are demanding a lot, not only you guys, but fans as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they're brilliant. You know, they go everywhere. Everywhere we go, they go. So, like Benny said, you know, they are the club. You know, and since we come on board, even as players, they've been brilliant, haven't they? You know, yeah. So I mean, they always look after us. So, you know, and like Benny said, you know, when we took over the job, we knew we were coming, you know, taking over a job. It's our first job, and we knew we were going to come into a brilliant club anyway, because we knew, you know, because we knew the people, we knew the chairman, you know, the manager who stepped down, he's now on the committee. So we know we're looked after. So it's just getting results on the pitch, and so far that's been brilliant.
Yeah, super. Thank you very much, guys, for taking the time to have a bit of a chat with myself, and thank you very much to everyone at Henley. You've been absolutely fantastic today. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe, and until we see each other next time, adios.